Hey everybody, it's Christine and I am back finally with another video. I've been keeping busy with my family for the Christmas season, so scrapbooking's taken a back seat, which is just fine. But I was able to get a little in yesterday, so I thought I would pop in and share that video. I am using the December kit from the ScrapRoom, and I am using the Simple Stories page kit from their Flavors of the Month kit club. Now, if you remember, their kit club works so that you have 4 different page kits, and so this one really jumped out at me to work with first, particularly because of the colors. I am also using their sketch this month, and so that was a good jumping off place for me, especially since I only had like an hour to work. It was a good way to get right in on the design. So you can see already why I picked this kit to work with specifically, because my husband and I are both wearing red in this picture, and so the colors of this beautiful collection from Simple Stories really have a lot of red in it, and so that worked really great to use the reds as accent colors. So the sketch has this really cool triangle design going on in the background, and so you can see I used that red paper and just cut 2 triangles out. I didn't measure, I didn't do anything other than trying to keep the words so that they weren't upside down on the paper, but I'm obviously not paying any attention to what the words actually say, but I didn't want them upside down nonetheless. So you can see I attached both of those triangles on, and then I used another patterned paper from the collection to add a border strip along the side. This was called for within the sketch, and so that striped paper in that collection worked really great. Now, the sketch actually calls for 2 pictures. I didn't have 2 that I wanted to use, so I opted for just 1, and you'll see how I kind of change up the design a little bit from there. Now, one of the things that's kind of intriguing about this collection is they have both black and a dark brown in it, and that was really a little bit of a mental challenge for me. I don't think I've worked in too many collections that combine the 2, and so trying to find a way to bring one of those out was a little bit of a challenge. So what I did is I matted my picture in the black, and then I took a black pen and I did some outlining. If you've watched very many of my videos, you know this is a technique I do pretty regularly, whether it's for the reason of wanting the patterned papers to pop a little bit more, which you can see already is happening, or because I want to bring some additional color in, whether it's black or a navy blue or a brown or whatever. In this case, it was a twofold purpose. I wanted to bring out that background a little more, but I also wanted to bring out some black. Now, I pointed out the sketch there to you to show you that there is a circle tucked in on the right-hand side there underneath the picture. But I decided I wanted to add multiple circles because I'm Christine and I love circles. And that's the beauty of a sketch. It gives you a good jumping off point, but then you can run with it from there. And it's very clear that I used this sketch, but then my embellishing kind of takes it my own way. So instead of just the 1 circle, I cut out multiple black circles and I tuck those in to create a visual triangle. And then I'm going to use the stickers that came in the kit to embellish. And I'm going to just create little clusters of these stickers. They're really cute little icons and different things. You can see I've got a present there. I've got a tree. I'm going to work in lots of hearts. I'm also going to work in some of the pretty flowers that come in the collection. The background of the paper that I'm using, that it's got like music on it, the backside was these really pretty flowers on a black background, and it kind of pained me not to be able to fussy cut those, but I knew I wanted to use the music part as the base for my page. So that said, I was really happy that there were flowers in the stickers because I could still bring in some of those flowers despite my my plans to use the background paper differently. Now you can see I'm working in those flowers. So I've got one down at the bottom there. I've got one up above the picture, and then I'm going to tuck one up there also with the word joy. Some of them I'm popping up with 3D foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, just to give a little more dimension to the whole layout. Right now, everything is pretty flat. And so, you know, sometimes I like to do that with stickers. I just put enough foam adhesive on them that they'll pop up. I'm going to add my title up above, which totally veers from the sketch, which has it down below. but I didn't really leave enough room down below for it to work down there. And I had that white space going on in my picture, and so it was a good spot to fill. So I just used the stickers again from the collection, just added Very Merry. Now here's where I'm adding in just some little hearts. The sticker set has some black hearts, red hearts, and green hearts. Black hearts always feels a little weird to me. So I went with the red and green ones, which obviously with my black circles anyway, that worked better anyhow. So you can see I'm just adding those to each little cluster that I've created and just kind of filling in the spaces using those. Now, this is a pretty clean and simple layout for me, and it came together quickly, which was great. I really needed a creative break in my day. I've been, just going nonstop, whether it's Christmas stuff, homeschool stuff, all those things. And so ultimately yesterday I said, hey guys, I'm taking a break and I'm going upstairs to make a layout because my brain needs it. And so this was a good break because I didn't have to do any organizing. I had the kit collection sitting right there ready for me to go. I didn't have to even think about the design so much because I had the sketch. I just had to take the sketch and make it my own. So, and that really is like the whole point of joining a kit club. It makes things easier, and that is exactly why I ended up at the scrap room, because I wanted to be able to do things like this and not have to go upstairs and spend an hour figuring out what I was going to do. Anyways, back to the layout. Sorry, I veered off a little bit there, but I was thankful yesterday to have that time, and I did feel better after I did it. So I am finishing things off now. If you're thinking your circles are a little unbalanced, you know what? I totally agree. In fact, I am going to be fixing that in a little bit here. First, I wanted to pull in some of the cool word stickers from the sticker set and add one to each cluster because they had some really nice, meaningful ones that tied well with my Christian faith. There was some in there that said Advent, there was one that said Oh Holy Night, and they just fit nicely with what I was going for. So I added those on, and I made sure to stick with the red background so they were all similar. Now I'm also going to add on some mist splatters just because right now it was just a little too clean for my taste. I like to have a little bit of color and punch throughout most of the layout. So I'm adding on some red mist splatters, and then I'm also going to add on some black ones. Both of these are with the Dilutions Essentials mists, and you can see it just adds a teeny little bit, not a ton. Just breaks things up. Now, back to that black circle. I wasn't loving the lack of balance, so I decided to add one more down at the bottom, which kind of goes against my rule of threes, but you also have to follow rules of balance. And so I added that down there, and I'm just going to add a couple stickers to finish the whole thing off. And that is it for today. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you again very soon.